Yo, 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 what up everybody? It's your boy Naztradamix, and we're here once again with a new Geek Much. This is really like out of the blue, like always, but hopefully a good one. It was Free Comic Book Day, everybody. That's right, Free Comic Book Day is always falls on the first Saturday of May. 2 years ago on Free Comic Book Day is when I started my whole comic book obsession. That's when I got back into comics. I said the last time I was into comics was when I was a little kid. I had a good batch, but that's it. It was like some magazine that came to the house, and it was like, hey, you order comics through it, and it was like, here, order your first comics, cheap as shit. So I showed it to my friends, and we all like chipped in, and we all got comics. They were like 50 cents each, and such and such and such. Then the next batch was all like, hey, you gotta pay regular price. So that's why we never got into it. Of course, I was a kid, so thus why I didn't keep getting comics. I didn't have the money, the income. I didn't bug my parents for all that shit. When I was a kid, it was more like, hey, I want to get this new game. Sorry, I had to drink some water. So that happened, and then the 90s were a great time because we had an X-Men cartoon show, Spider-Man cartoon show, and etc. etc. Come years later, and I got volumes here and there. I think they call them trades, and that's how it was, and that's how I decided to do it. I decided to just keep going that direction. It's like, hey, why get these single issues when I could just get these volumes? They're all put together, they're all good, and I just whack them out like that, and usually just like 6 or 7 issues in them. So I was like that, and I was hardcore in that freaking mentality. Then I hit a Free Comic Book Day, and the Star Wars comics was coming, the new Marvel Star Wars comics that were considered canon now to the whole Star Wars story. So I collected those. I made a subscription to my local comic book shop for some other comics, and ever since then, every week I've been collecting, getting them. Every issue, find new stuff, get first issues of stuff, collect those, and then it just got too crazy. I have every single Star Wars comic since it began, and I've only read a couple. And I have other comics I've only read. No, I've had other comics I haven't even read yet. At that same year, that summer, the Marvel Secret War event started, and I didn't read that until the following year. So I'm really behind when it comes to the comic books. There's some that I do get that I read once I get them, like the Power Ranger comics, which I highly recommend always. There's a Geek Much podcast of me talking about the Power Rangers. If you haven't heard it, then look for it on here on Spreaker or on my YouTube, NASA Stampede. Look for it. Sweet. Dope. I think I talk about the Pink Ranger comic one, the side one. Or did I talk about the main one? Or maybe both. I don't know. I talk a lot. So anyways, skip ahead, and we're here today, and I went and got some more comics. I forgot that there's a limit though, so I went in there just like I went in there thirsty. I just started grabbing. I had a whole stack. Then I heard someone say, oh, just remember that you gotta get, they were telling, like, it was a parent talking to the kid, like, remember, now choose what you want. Remember, you choose wisely. You only could get 5. And I was like, oh, shit. I got this big dumbass stack here that, quite frankly, I mean, they weren't looking. I could have just put all of those in my bag and walked the hell out. I could have put like a sum of it in my bag and then had like 5 in my hand and walked the hell out. I didn't. I was nice. I shouldn't have been nice. I should have done that. No one was paying attention. So then I had to put a whole bunch down and just hold on to 5. But I was thinking, like, this is not my first stop, because there's like 2 comic book shops near me. That one is the one I go to get my subscription, but there's the other one, in a way, a better one that I should have put my fucking subscriptions to. And a big one that, and a more popular one, whatever. That one I was gonna go to next. Now the one that I went to, the first one, there was a line. There was a big line, and we're all waiting outside. It's fucking cold. If you're in the shade, it was freaking cold. If you're in the sun, it was bearable. So I'm waiting for like an hour. And finally, not even for an hour. I think even past an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. Finally get in, get the stuff, blah, blah, get out. And then I go to the other shop, the one better. They got like fucking like statues and people dressed up like crazy. I mean, the first one had people dressed up, but these people, they had really happy. Like, it's that big one is like they get all the like hottest girls to dress up, and the other one is just like whoever works there is like, here, dress up. And I mean, no offense, some of them, but they're beautiful, they're cuties. I mean, I still eat them. So anyways, I go to the other one, and they're all dressed up, and there's no freaking line. You just walk right in and get your shit and get the fuck out. It was like so simple, and it was like, whoa, that was nice. I took pictures. You want to see the pictures, go on my Instagram, Naztradamix. If you know how to spell that, that's a damn shame, but I will help you out. It's Naztradamix. X. Naztradamix. Hold on, I'm trying to reply to some text. Well, damn, you do it. I don't understand that, so I'm gonna reply back with a question mark. So then I ended up, going back to free comic books, I ended up getting all the comics I actually wanted. There were some like on the side I was just grabbing the first time, but then I ended up getting 10 because I went to 2 shops. So 10 of them. One of them actually, one comic shop had more than the other, so that's why it's good to go to various ones. The second one, they had a Valerian comic. And I know that the new movie Valerian by Luke Benson from Europa Production or whatever Pictures, that are the people behind, the Transporter and The Fifth Element and Leon the Professional and such. They made this movie, and I found out it was based on a comic, and I wanted to read the comic before I saw the movie, and now I get to read some of the comic on this free comic they gave out. So that's cool. I like that. That's it. That's pretty much what I did, dog, for today. I did that, and then I had to go deal with my storage. And I was going through my storage, and I was just finding old stuff. I went through my boxes. All my stuff is good. That's a good thing, because I was kind of worried because my storage, the storage area apparently was infected. I don't want to say infected, whatever. They had rats, so I thought I saw like droppings around my place, but I went in there and checked it all out. It's nothing. There's no holes in my boxes and nothing like that. It's all good in the hood. I did find some old shirts that I've been looking for, especially the big, stupid, dumbass, bloody one that I wanted to wear last weekend when I went to a zombie pub crawl. What's a zombie pub crawl, you ask? Well, a zombie pub crawl is something, it's an event that happens here every year in Chicago. Probably in your city too. I don't know. But it happens here, and where a bunch of people who love to drink get dressed up as zombies or anything, because basically it was people dressed up as anything, but mainly as zombies, walk around from bar to bar, drink, and act stupid. The majority of people involved in this event are white. And the majority of people also involved in this event are not just white, they're also gay. Because this is in the gay community here. Nothing, I'm not even against that, because, you know, I'll say like, hey, I hang out in Boys Town, which is what they call that community. You know, it's a nickname of the area. It's like, what the fuck, you gay? It's like, no, dude, I just like to hang in Boys Town. There's a good comic shop there, a lot of good stores, and these people are cool as shit. They're fun. Like, there's nothing against gay people. They're really cool and fun. It's like, dude, you know I mentioned this probably in my Overtime with Naz podcast where I get real, you know what I'm saying? This is geek much, so I'm not going to get all crazy and real here, but just real quick, I hate people who get really, like, homophobic over the littlest thing. Like, I could even say, like, a gay joke, and they're like, hey, yo, what, you know, they get all defensive. It's like, dude, what's your problem? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to the geeking. I got my comics. The only thing I was really looking for was a Secret Empire, which is the Marvel event happening right now, where Captain America is in full effect, Hydra taking charge, and everybody finds out, and now they gotta stop him. They gotta stop him and bring him down. So that's cool. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that you gotta go into your comic book shop or find any means of reading this and check it out. It's pretty cool. And I've been keeping up with it since the Captain America issue where, you know, he was all Hail Hydra. So ever since then, throughout the Civil War 2, and then it was beautiful because the Civil War 2, it kind of like there's a big deal that happens towards the end, and you're like, what the hell? But then you start realizing that, oh, that is like foreshadowing what's gonna happen in Secret Empire. Is fucking beautiful. I like shit like that. It's like One Piece and Doctor Who. They have like something that happened in like episode 2 and it doesn't come back until like fucking episode 50 or something. You know? Connected. Not just shit that just happens like Dragon Ball, where it's like, hey, by the way, the Red Ribbon's been fucking following you all this time, Goku, taking blood samples, and we made it a fucking cell. The fuck out of here. There's nothing, no signs of that shit. It's not like he was like, ow, what bit me, you know? Anyways, I digress. 12 minutes in, I'm still talking about comic books. Free comic book day. So, what I get? Oh yeah, that and some other stuff. It's whatever. Comics, man. Go get comics. Shit, that's what I was saying. Go get comics. I had like a whole bunch of comics. Well, yeah, I have a whole bunch of comics, like a whole shitload. But I had a stack that I was like, I don't care. So I took it to work. I said first come, first serve. So, like the youngest guy who was there, quiet Filipino kid, he grabbed these DC comics about Superman's death. Not the death of Superman. Those. Oh shit. Oh, excuse me. Those I have and I kept. Those I found actually at a job. They were in storage, and I found them, and I keep them. They left them behind. I was like, what the fuck? So, anyways, this was when the New 52 Superman, and it's towards the end, and he's dying, and they have a whole bunch of issues, and then that death leads into fucking the DC Rebirth shit. And DC Rebirth is finally touching upon that shit about the Watchmen button. That's a whole nother story. And I collected a whole bunch of... I collected all the Batmans and Flash comics till now. Like, I kind of like skipped the final ones because I was just like, you know, I'm just going to stop collecting these and just wait for the fucking event to happen. And then it started happening. I was like, I should have just collected those last few couple ones and shit and just... I'm not gonna read all of them, man. It's like, okay, let me read this, but then if I read the event now and then I go back and try to read all those Batmans and Flash, it's like, shit, going backwards. I don't want to do that. I digress. What was I talking about? I'm going everywhere. Look, I'm just really digging this because I have a new mic. Like, this is professional as shit. This is the first ever professional mic I ever had. I don't want to say ever had, because I had another mic like this. You know what? It'll be a nice, be a good question. Where the hell this mic is at? And if I get that mic, can I use that mic? I'm gonna experiment, but as I said, there's a new mic with stand and everything. I feel all professional, and I'm using it right now and trying to see how it sounds afterwards. So if it sounds bad, me excusey. But if it doesn't, then hey, we're on a good start here. So this mic will be very, very good for dubbing and podcast shows. Now, I don't know if I can use this or how far it could hear me, but we'll see. It's all nicely professional, and it was all a gift. That's the best part. And I don't really know the name of the person per se. There should be a paper around here that probably has his name. Let's see. I think his name is Dorian Jackson. So, Dorian Jackson, I guess. I don't know. That's the name that it says bill to. I don't know that when we chatted, his name is Robert Paulson. No, I'm just kidding. His name is not Robert Paulson. When we chat, his name is I be it. Speak English, motherfucker. Sorry, I'm texting again. I can't even spell English. Okay, his name is not Robert Paulson. When we chat, his name is DJ Axe. So I believe his real name is Dorian Jackson. It just makes sense. Yeah. So Dorian Jackson, thank you. Thank you for this. You really didn't need to at all. I know when you say you wanted to give me something, you wanted to give me a mic, and I'm all like, yeah, sure, man. Because, a lot of people say a lot of things like, hey, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that, and they don't really come through or anything. Or I just feel like it's like too much. I feel like, oh, no, you don't have to. It's too much. It's like, hey, man, here's a Bentley on the house. It's like, whoa, hold on. No. I mean, I'll take it. But, no. So, this is more than I expected, dude. I just expected the mic. I didn't expect all this. It's good, and I truly hope it becomes really useful and really used. One thing I do hope is that it motivates the boys, especially LP. He's a podcast fanatic, so I hope it makes shit happen. So thank you. This is great, and I hope it sounds great. Right now I'm just talking to a mic. I can't hear anything, but hopefully it sounds good. So it was Free Comic Book Day, and I did that, and then I had to deal with storage. And I said I found a shirt. I went through all my boxes, and I saw all the stuff I have over there, and I was like, man, got a lot of shit. I remember how my old room was. This new room is calmed down, but over the last 2 years, or no, more like over the years, kind of collected a couple stuff. I'm gonna have to calm down with that. But lost my train of thought. Yeah, I saw the stuff, and I saw the big juggernaut figure. I got it so damn heavy. But that's my storage. Ha ha ha. Then I came home, and I totally forgot that Sense 8 started this weekend, season 2, that is. And if you haven't seen Sense8, something wrong with you. Sense8 is by the Wachowskis. It's about a group of people from all around the world who are connected, I guess telepathically. They share each other's feelings and bodies and space, and I don't know how to explain it. All I know is that this is a really good show. Damn, I can't explain it. That's the thing. Like, I try to explain it. Like, are they telekinetic, or they're connected telepathically? And they could freaking talk to each other. Like, okay, I'm gonna explain it like one of the characters explaining it in there who are not a Sense8. They say it's like FaceTiming through your brain. I think that's how they explain it. So I can talk. Someone could be talking to me. I'll only see them, and they'll look like they're right here with me, and we'll touch, and it'll feel like we're really touching, and we can fuck, and it'll feel like we're really fucking. There's a lot of fucking in Sense8, like just like all out, and it's just not like one group, like one couple fucking. It's like a whole orgy of everybody's just fucking, and it all takes place. Like, it doesn't all take place in Chicago, but apparently it gets real in Chicago. That's what it is. And the Wachowskis are from Chicago, so of course they're gonna put Chicago in it and make it like freaking center of the universe, as it should be, you know. But I'm being biased because shit's on, baby. So I'm checking out Sense8 season 2. I really love this show. It's a good show. And that's it. Oh, there you go. That's what I was going to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of Geek Much in which you can decide whether you stay or you leave. As for the next go around, I will be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I watched that last night. Well, it's not last night anymore, since it's like 3 a.m. when I'm recording this, but I watched it Friday night. There you go. And I really, really enjoyed it, as expected. So, for the next go around, I am going to talk about it and delve really deep in it. So, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, spoiler alert. I'm not a guy who likes to do spoilers, but guess what? I'm going to talk about this motherfucking movie. So, on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the world premiere of Geek Much's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 spoiler review. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 starts off with kind of a flashback. It goes back to 1980. Yeah, 1980, because I made a joke. I leaned over to my boy Scooby and I was like, minus 4 years I was born. No, I was like, no, damn it, I even fucked up my own joke. I was like, I was minus 4 years old. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, that just reminded me of something else. I don't know if I should share it on here or I should save it for like overtime with Naz. I'll save it for Positive Future because it involved LP, so don't worry about that. Anyways, going back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It starts off in 1980, and we see a very young Kurt Russell. It's amazing what these movies are doing with fucking graphics, making people young or bringing people back from the dead, like in Rogue One. So we see a young Kurt Russell, and he's with Peter Quill's, Chris Pratt's freaking mother, and shows them together and how, excuse me, they're in love and whatever. And he talks about, he shows her this little like plant, like an alien plant on the ground, and he's like, yeah, that's gonna change the whole galaxy, blah blah. Cut 30 whatever years later, and the Guardians are on some rooftop, whatnot. They gotta fight this big evil squid monster, and there's the speaker, and Groot, like little baby Groot, plugs in the speaker, and the music starts playing. So throughout this whole battle, you're mainly following Groot, baby Groot, around, freaking getting down and dancing to this damn song and shit, while all the battles happen in the back, and he's like dodging it and whatnot. And it's funny. It's a funny thing. It doesn't beat the first movie with the hey, what's the matter with you? Like, I feel Volume 1 had better mixtape than Volume 2. That's how I feel. Like, those songs were just like perfect. The song used for this one was cool, but it was too soft for my taste. I don't know, like, it needed some oomph. You know what I'm saying? Like, Volume 1 had all the oomph, while this one, now that I think about it, aesthetically, I see the song selection, because this movie, the Volume 2, is more emotionally driven. You know, there's a lot of character driven shit, but it's very emotional, because at the same time that Peter Quill is dealing with his whole finding his father, or finally meeting his father, who's played by Kurt Russell. His father is Ego, and Ego is, you know, if you're a comic book guy, you know that Ego is a fucking, like, a planet or whatever. But Ego is, in the movie, a planet that made himself into a being, you know, and that being went to Earth and banged a woman and made freaking Star-Lord. So Star-Lord finds out that he's half celestial, which is like a god basically, and that he has this inner power himself that he can make anything. So they have father and son times, and he's telling them stories and blah blah. At the same time, Gamora's kind of like, I don't know, something ain't right. We meet Mantis. Mantis is like, I'm in love. Okay, I already fell in love with her through the freaking trailer, because she's just cute and played like, looks like it's played by Asian, but it's just very sexy, cute. And in the movie, she's just extremely cute, and that's just extremely sexy to me. I fell in love with her. She was so cute, and her interaction with Drax, it's so freaking funny, yet so freaking adorable. And they have a moment that touched me, dude. Like, it really touched me. Like, you know, man, I'm a softie, you know. Drax keeps telling Mantis that she's ugly, like beyond ugly, you know. But that's just Drax's opinion. And and he said that fuck, what did he say? Now I'm trying to second guess how he said it. I don't know if he said that, that she's ugly on the outside, which she isn't, but she's beautiful on the inside, and that the inside matters. And I was like, yo, Drax, he hitting us with them, you know, with freaking these proverbs and shit, you know, like he's hitting us with the feels and stuff, with the wisdom. I was like, you know what, that's true, man. And I started thinking about myself, like, you know, I'm looking too much on the outside, not enough on the inside, but I want a package deal, you know. You learn that the outside isn't everything. Someone can be very beautiful on the outside and still be ugly on the inside. I learned that throughout my life. But there are people who are no. This I learned more than just like someone's beautiful on the outside. This is what I learned more. That people are extremely beautiful on the outside, but feel extremely ugly on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'll throw myself in there. For example, look, I grew up not feeling like the hottest dude around, you know, like women want me left and right and whatnot. So I consider myself not that. I'm alright. I'm not great looking. I'm alright. But there's people that consider me a very good looking man, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'll take it. I won't be like, no, you stupid. No, I fucking take it, and I accept it, and I believe it. There's women who feel like they're ugly. They're the most beautifulest goddesses in the world, and they feel like they're ugly. They're pigs and this and that. Dude, there's women, ladies, listen. There's nothing more non-sexy than you feeling non-sexy. You can be chubby and feel sexy as shit, loving your body, knowing you're sexy. That is sexy as shit. You have just become the sexiest girl in the room. And let me tell you, personally myself, I don't like the skinny chicks. So girls, get some curves, have some meat on you, dog. Shit. Anyways, going back to the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that interaction is really between Drax and Mantis is really, really cute and funny and adorable. Rocket and Star-Lord are beefy. You know, they're having like little problems or whatever, because Rocket is too outrageous and gets the team in trouble, and they both their egos are clashing, and everybody else is telling them about it. At the same time, Nebula is finally be caught by the Guardians, and then Nebula and Gamora are having their quarrels, and then you start finding out why Nebula hates or dislikes Gamora so much. And it's actually something simple. You find out that Gamora doesn't really, that Nebula doesn't really hate Gamora. Is more of a, well, she hates that Gamora always had to be the best no matter what, and that Nebula had to face the consequences every single time. So every time she lost, a part of her body was altered just so she could beat Gamora, because Thanos just had them going at it to always be the best, better than the last, or better than each other. So Nebula blames Gamora for the way she is and for all the things she's been through and all the pain and torture, and she just wanted a sister. So we find out that Nebula is, a little softy, but she's still hard, but she cares, and she just wanted a sister there and to care about her and whatnot. Find out Rocket is, he actually cares about the people, but he doesn't want to show it. You find out Yondu was actually looking after Peter Quill the whole time, and he wanted to do right, and he wanted to do right, and he lost his kind of place in his own crew because he did wrong, and also because he did right. I don't want to say more than that because I'm not going to spoil too much, but I already spoiled a lot, but that's what went down. So then we cut to the end, and it finds out that his true ego has his own intentions, and ego isn't exactly the father that Peter Quill was hoping he'd be, and they have to stop ego before he destroys the galaxy, thus the Guardians of the Galaxy save the day once again. And then, man, there's so many other new characters introduced in this stuff, and the credit scene has so much. And I could tell you the ending. I just said the spoiler, and the people who didn't want to be spoiled already left. So I'll just tell you the ending. Look, a character dies. Peter Quill learns that Ego is not the father he dreamed of, but he had a father the whole time, and that father was Yondu, who kept Peter Quill away from Ego because he knew that Ego would just have done Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, wrong and hurt him, eventually killing him. So Yondu looked after him, and everything he did was just to take care of him, and everything he said was just to put fear in him, but also to make him strong. And then Yondu sacrifices himself to save Star-Lord, thus redeeming himself for all the wrong things he'd done in his life. Look, it was a very touching finale. It was good, and it was a good second part of what you know will be a trilogy, because there's going to be a Guardians Volume 3. It was a really fun movie, man. It was really fun. I didn't expect anything less. The music, I just knew it wouldn't capture Volume 1's mixtape, but it was still good. It was a really great movie. I would love to see it again, and I highly recommend you all see it. If you were listening still with the spoilers, I know some people don't give a shit, then go fucking see the movie. Don't see it bootleg, because I know people were watching it bootleg before the movie came out here because it was overseas. That is just freaking wrong. It's not wrong because I'm not saying don't watch bootlegs. I'm just saying it's wrong to watch a movie that is meant to be seen on the big screen at such a low fucking piece of shit quality. Like, at least get a freaking DVD quality of the movie. Then I would have been like, hey, alright, man, I mean, you know, shit, at least you got a good quality. You got a piece of shit fucking cam quality. Like, I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy 2, go see that shit. I think that's probably all I got to talk about. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. Shit. Yeah. Oh, there were new trailers, weren't there? There were new trailers. I can't remember them now. Something was new. Oh, the Defenders. There was the Defenders trailer. Oh, I can't wait for the Defenders. It's like, oh my god, it's so exciting. I'm a Daredevil fan, and you know what? I'm ashamed of myself because I've been collecting the new Marvel Now Daredevils. You know, sometimes Marvel just start like, okay, let's just start this at number 1. It's still a continuation of whatever the fuck was before, but it's just like, hey, here's number 1 now. So it's like, hey, you know, I'm Daredevil, and I'm in this situation because of that shit that happened over there. But you don't know about it because if you just started, this is number 1. And if you want to know about that, you gotta go read that. Yeah, I got those, so I gotta read that. I love Daredevil. Dope as shit. I'm just excited to have Daredevil and Iron Fist in the same place, I guess. Watching Guardians of the Galaxy makes me excited for Infinity War because I can't wait to see these people interact with the other people. Can't wait! It's gonna be good! Heard a bird! I know there's supposed to be the Blade Runner sequel trailer coming out soon. I can't wait to see that too. So yeah, that's the show. I hope you have been entertained for this little bit. This is not even good enough. Like, I hope you had like either 30-minute shit, no, or 40-minute shit, or 40-minute ride, or something. I don't know, because that's as long as this show has been. I swear I'll try to make longer shows. Look, if I could just keep ranting on, well, I could keep ranting on and on. I mean, I could keep ranting right now. I just can't find anything to rant about. You feel me? I feel like getting rid of some pop figures. I heard they could go for a good penny. I know the most expensive pop figures I have are Power Rangers. Yeah. Power Rangers. Power Rangers got a new trailer for the Blu-ray release in June next month. So excited. This trailer, so freaking badass. I just kept watching it over and over again, and it just makes me want to watch the movie over and over again. I love that movie, but if you listen to my shows, you know that I really, really love this movie. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short. You probably just heard the chair because this mic picks up everything. Probably just heard the chair all up in the background. Not everything is so advanced. But word, my name is Naztradamix. This has been Geek Much Podcast, and this is the home that we be geeking out. If you want me to geek out about something or talk about some topic in geek culture, then freaking hit up my Twitter, Naztradamix at Naztradamix, and just hashtag Geek Much Podcast. You know, put something, put Geek Much Podcast. You don't even have to add me. Just put hashtag Geek Much Podcast. Yo, Naz, what do you think about that? Spider-Man's new shoes or something? I don't know. Anyways, good night, good morning, good day. Just geek out, pretty much. Just geek out. Peace out, guys.